Just to paint Nicki as the bad person so that you could play the victim. And that really, really hurt me because I really fully supported her. And up until this recent interview that she did, I had never seen her show me genuine love in an interview. And I could just imagine how many girls wish they could have been on a song with Nicki Minaj. And I mean, I'm not saying it in a cocky way, but like,
You're so good at acting. You really should act.
Nicki Minaj, you're a whack-ass bitch. You're a fraud. Bitch, Little Kim, look, we from Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn.
Why don't you like Nicki Minaj?
Because she's a fake bitch. She's fake.
I was just saying, I was like, yo, did I do too much just to release like a couple songs? Like, is this like, I don't know. It feels like an album release.
It kind of does, and I think that says something to the anticipation of how much people have missed you and want you to be back. And also, I think it says something to the fact that, when you put music out like this and you really make a statement, you say, here's what I'm saying, this is what it looks like, this is what it's going to feel like, and people are like, oh, we've missed it. It's been 4 years. Has it felt like 4 years?
It's not been 4 years, though.
Oh, my God, I missed my introduction. I'm so angry. I missed my introduction. I have to rewind. Hold up. I have to rewind. Hang on. Hold up. Billboard Hot 100 entries. Most Billboard Hot 100 entries for a female artist ever. One of the world's most followed artists on social media. Lost count of how many times you've won Best Female Rapper. The first female rapper to perform at the Super Bowl. Forbes certified. Icon is the word. And most importantly, still the only American rapper to ever successfully pull off a British accent.
You should have said that part first.
And I'm looking at you, Eminem. Worst American accent ever caught on record, I swear.
Thank you for that. Thank you. And I couldn't have done any of that stuff without the most epic fans in the whole world. So, yeah. Thank you.
Well, they're tapped in right now, live streaming. Everyone is ready for this moment.
Dope.
How did you feel this morning when you woke up knowing that it was happening? Or was it happening? Did you get cold feet?
I was about to cancel it, yes. How did you know that? What made you say that? I don't know how you knew that. I was about to cancel it. I was like, you know what? Oh my God, why did I do this?
Yeah.
But yesterday, I went to sleep. I literally slept for like 12 or 13 hours from yesterday because I hadn't slept in like 3 days.
Yeah.
Because I was like trying to finish stuff up in the studio.
Still.
And then I was like, I gotta do it now. I mean, I already told the world I'm gonna do it, so I gotta do it. I just didn't know about doing the actual interview. I was fine with releasing the songs.
Well, we're fine with you doing the actual interview, and I hope you don't regret it after a few minutes, if you feel comfortable.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm all right.
Well, look, we're here to celebrate. First and foremost, that's what the fans want. That's what we want.
Okay.
You don't walk in a room like this after being away for some time, and also after deciding to step away from actual social media at the top of the year where you can message direct and come in this room, and I'm not going to all of a sudden shove a spotlight on you and start hitting your heart straight away. Why did you decide to walk away from social media and actually and kill the noise?
Well, because I needed to focus on my album. This is the best album I've ever in my life ever created.
You just announced an album, right?
Well, okay.
I mean, literally within a few seconds, that was amazing.
Yes. Well, yeah, I needed to focus and I just didn't know, I wanted to make sure I was writing something that was meaningful to me and that would inspire and that would captivate, my audience. But most importantly, I wanted to have fun again. I wanted to go in the studio and have fun without giving a shit can I curse? Probably not.
If you don't ask me that question, you can.
Okay.
Within reason.
I wanted to, I didn't want to see anything. I wasn't only not posting, but I also took all forms of social media off my phone. And it actually was the most genius decision I've ever made for myself as a human being, because it gave me peace.
That's
and
right.
it gave me it put my focus back on what it needed to be on, which is the music. When I was doing mixtapes, I wasn't on Instagram. I'm not like these artists that are out now that have the luxury of Instagram. Twitter was just like starting off,
Yeah.
So I was like, what? Why am I including this information taking this information into my spirit. I don't need to see what people are saying about me. I don't need to know what people are saying about anything, really.
Were you jacked in to social media? Did it take you a minute to disconnect from that? Because people say it's hard to put the phone down. It takes a couple of days.
I don't know. I mean, like, I changed my number, came on social media, stopped speaking to everybody and just focused on music. And
what percentage of your phone book got your new number? What percentage?
Yeah. I would say 1%.
1% got your new number. Wow.
Yeah, 1%.
Wow.
Because I only spoke to people as needed, So it went from 5 people at first to, okay, my publicist now today, he needs to talk to me. He'll get the number today. Like, now, it's still like that. I mean, at this point, I would say it's about maybe 20% now.
That's amazing you could reset like that. And actually, I've never heard it put that way, whereby you reset your phone in every sense, and then you steadily draw people back in as you need them, as opposed to this traditional routine they've become part of your life.
Yeah, because you gotta, like, I always say, like, deactivate, I think, from, like, the Matrix. The world music has become much more than music now. It's become just a lot of shenanigans, and I was like, man, I could rap. At the end of the day, that's what I do. I don't know about nobody else, but I rap.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the thing, I think, when you first came out, that was like, all right, we have a very visceral, striking image here, someone who understands how to use image visualization to their benefit, to create imagination, to get people thinking and engaged, but you can really rap. And I think about that verse on Monster, and I think about that moment, and I think about how that moment's gone down in history as being one of the all-time great kind of what people in the UK would call mercs, where you went on and took, what was it, Ross, Kanye, space between yourself and that situation. How challenging and difficult was it for you being in a relationship with someone you cared about that was at odds with a group of friends that you care about?
Oh God, it was one of the hardest parts of my career to date ever. Yeah, because at the time I did love both of them, and I couldn't erase the love that I had for my team. But I also couldn't speak out. I couldn't really say much, and I felt so imprisoned in that moment. And when we later spoke about it, Drake said, I wasn't worried about anything in that entire situation other than what if Nicki takes a shot? What if Nicki takes a shot at me? Then what? Like, what if Nicki spits bars at me? He said throughout the whole beef, that's the only thing he was worried about, because he did, that would have been so, oh my God, just hurtful and, painful for both of us. And so it was difficult to stay out of it. I was behind the scenes, of course, wishing it never happened. Even prior to it happening, I tried to stop it from happening. Literally said,
speaking to me.
Yeah, I said, don't do that. I said, don't do that. But I think as artists, we all look back on things that we shouldn't have done. And that was one of those things that he shouldn't have done. And I told him before he did it. But he did it. And it is what it is. One thing I do know is that both Meek and Drake have moved on from that.
Yes, they have.
From the anger and all of this stuff. And we all have moved on. So. And
in fact, now we find both of them in very different points in their life.
Right.
And in Meek's situation, and I read a very interesting article in what I consider to be a great magazine the other day about Meek's situation. It really broke down what was going on, and it filled in a lot of gaps from that writer's point of view in the research. And we find Meek in a situation where people are very much rallying around him because of what they can see as, and I'm using this term very gently, serious inconsistencies. And I wonder, for someone that you spend, a considerable part of your life with, that you obviously, you just don't stop caring about people, I don't think. It's up to you. What your feeling is about that, and
you know what? I don't want to talk about legal things, but I will say that you know, every now and then I think about. Anyway, I won't go there. I'll save some of those things for my album, and I'm also shooting a documentary. But what I will say now is that, oh God, I will say that the judge in question was did everything I asked of her, and so I can't badmouth her because I met her personally, and I know what she said to us, and he knows that, and I know that, and but of course I wouldn't wish jail on anybody.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'll get into detail on that on in the documentary and possibly on the album. But what I will say is what made me shed tears the other day was seeing his mother cry. Seeing his mother crying made me that was the first time I was like, oh my God, I can't take it. Cause she, during the relationship, was always so sweet to me. And even at the end, when we kind of both knew that it was too rocky, too bad she always just showed me so much love. So I still care about her, So I didn't like seeing her cry the other day.
It's hashtag Nicki Day. People are going crazy because you're back.
Thank you.
And the music is coming, and we're super excited.
Barbie Tings and Chun-Li is on its way. I can't wait.
Can't I just play them?
Ugh.
Oh,
No, you can't. No, you can't.
Oh, no, Roman's back.
Until the designated time, darling.
Oh, no, as soon as I asked if I could do that, out came Roman.
Right.
Roman's like, no, darling, don't do that all.
And why? Who's posting all these pictures of me? Stop posting all these pictures of me.
Oh, you got told.
You guys,
Whoever's
please.
in this room, there you go. Pull up, selector. Pull up, selector.
Pull up, selector. I love that. Yay.
He's still the only artist that I would have signed to until I signed to Wayne. Perfectly designed crew.
Hey.
Perfect.